So good morning all. So in the previous session, in the previous class, we have discussed about the combinational logic design. We started the combinational logic design and we discussed about the adders and subtractors, where the adders is the basic component or it is a basic logic circuit. So where we can use almost in all the digital circuits to perform various arithmetic operations or to perform the arithmetic operations or even to calculation of the address. So here the half adders and full adders they are restricted or they are limited to a single bit of addition operations here. If you take a half adder, where a half adder circuit, it performs a single bit of operation. So where it performs the addition operation between the two single bits here. And even if you take the full adder circuit, the full adder circuit will also perform the single bit addition, but the difference between the half adder and full adder is the half adder performs the two single bit binary numbers, whereas the full adder performs the three binary numbers, single bit addition. So it is not the case in the practical situations. So in the practical situations where we will have the operands, each operand consists of a group of signals. Let's say operand A. Let's say operand A. So A is a signal or it is an operand. So the operand, it may be of a 2-bit or 3-bit or 4-bit or even it may be of an n-bit. So you can take it as an n-bit. An operand can be size of n-bit. So in the practical situations or in the practical cases, so we use it to add the more operands here for the digital circuits. So to perform such operations, so we will use the parallel adders here. So in the parallel adders, you can add the multiple bits. You can add the multiple bits here. So in today's class, so we will discuss about the parallel adders and circuits. So this is also a very simple one. So just a second. My screen share in the
yes sir.
Right. So here the next one is the parallel adders. So the off adders and full adders are limited with the size of the bits. So now in the parallel adders, we can add the more number of the binary numbers, binary digits. You can add the more number of the binary digits. So here a binary parallel adder is a digital or a combinational circuit that adds the two binary numbers in parallel form and produces the arithmetic sum of those numbers in the parallel form. So if you take the two operands, say you take the two operands, operand A and operand B, each is a size of 2-bit. Let's say each is a size of 2-bit. So which means that the A is the operand which consists of the 2 bits A0 and A1, and the B0 is the another operand and which also consists the 2 bits B0 and B1. So now you can perform the addition between the two operands A and B using this parallel adder. Using this parallel adder. And what does this parallel adder consists here? So here for this parallel adders, we will use the full adder circuits. We will use the full adder circuit. So we know what is a full adder. A full adder consists of the 3 inputs. A and B are the real inputs. C is the carry in, which is the previous carry of the operation. Okay, it may be a 0 or 1 depending on the previous operation result in the carry. So here the parallel adder consists of the full adders. And here the full adders are connected in a chain. So they will be connected in cascade form. Okay, they will be connected in chain with the carry out from each full adder connected to the carry in of the next full adder in the chain. So it is easy to understand that the carry out of one full adder is connected as a carry into the another full adder circuit. So here you can see the circuit diagram. I mean that logic diagram. Logic diagram. So let us consider a 4-bit parallel add. Let us consider a 4-bit parallel add. So a 4-bit parallel adder consists the 4 full adder circuits here, because a full adder can add only a single bit of numbers or single bit of binary numbers. So since we wanted to add 4 binary numbers, okay, multiple 4 binary numbers. So therefore, here for each pair of bits, we require the one full adder circuit. So therefore, to perform the 4-bit binary addition, so we require the 4 full adder circuits. Full adder 0, full adder 1, full adder 2, full adder 3. So each full adder takes the one binary digit and it performs the addition, and then it gives the result as the sum and carry out. Sum and carry out. Similarly, the second full adder takes the next most significant bits and it performs the addition and it produces the sum and carry. So on. So it performs the multiple bits addition and it produces the output parallelly here, corresponding to that added input bits. Okay, so here you can see the logic diagram of a, so here you can see the logic diagram of a 4-bit binary parallel add. So the parallel adder consists of the full adders. Suppose if I want to design 8-bit parallel adder. So what does it mean now? So for a 8-bit parallel adder, it consists the 8 full adders inside of the circuit. So internally, we will take 8 full adders and then we will connect them in the cascade form such that the circuit performs the 8-bit parallel binary addition. Parallel binary addition. Is it clear? Full adder. So is it clear, the parallel adder? 4-bit binary parallel AND. Now if you see here, the one of the thing is the parallel adder in which the carry out of each full adder is the carry into the next most significant adder, isn't it? So see, look at the diagram here. If you take the first full adder 0, so here the output of the carry out C0 is given as the carry in of the next full adder in the chain. And similarly, the second full adder carry out is connected as a carry into the next most full adder circuit. So on. So here the carry out of one full adder circuit it is connected to the carry into the other circuit here. So that's why this parallel adder, it is called ripple carry adder, RCA. In a short form, it is called ripple carry adder, RCA. So here, so in this ripple carry adder, it adds the multiple binary bits. It adds the 2 multiple binary digits. And can anyone tell, can anyone say what are the advantages or disadvantages with this? is this parallel adder is having the advantages or the disadvantages as far as concerned with the speed. So you might have completed all these things in your STLD subject, isn't it? So now you tell me, is this parallel adder is a faster adder circuit or the slower adder circuit? Can anyone respond to this? Can anyone respond to this? Is this parallel adder is a faster parallel adder or slower parallel adder? Or is, can anyone respond? తప్పైనా ఒప్పైనా ఆన్సర్ చెప్పొచ్చు. రిప్లై ఇవ్వాలి. ఎవరైనా ఒక్కలైనా రిప్లై ఇవ్వండి కనీసం.
స్లో సార్.
ఇక్కడ మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి. ఇక్కడ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఏంటి? ఇక్కడ మీరు ఒక
స్లో సార్.
స్లో, రైట్. ఎందుకన్నది రీజన్ ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ the carry out of one adder circuit is connected as a carry in of the another circuit. Therefore, in order to get your final carry out value, it depends on the delay of the circuit. ఎందుకని ఒక ఫుల్ యాడర్ నుంచి సెకండ్ ఫుల్ యాడర్ కి రావాలి, సెకండ్ ఫుల్ యాడర్ నుంచి థర్డ్ ఫుల్ యాడర్ కి వెళ్ళాలి, అండ్ దెన్ థర్డ్ టు ది లాస్ట్ ఫుల్ యాడర్. అంటే ఏంటి? క్యారీ హ్యాస్ టు ప్రాపగేట్, carry has to ripple from the first stage of the full adder to the last stage of the full adder. Just a second. So here, see this diagram. In this diagram, the carry has to propagate. The carry has to propagate from the first full adder circuit to the last circuit in order to produce the final carry out of the circuit. So therefore, this circuit is obviously is a slower circuit. Why? Because the final carry out signal, it depends on the internal carry outputs. So because the carry has to ripple, from the first full adder stage to the last full adder stage. So that's why this circuit has a drawback. Even though it has a drawback of the slow speed, but still it is we are using for the parallel addition operations. So the devices where it requires the slow performance, so in such cases you can use this parallel adder, which is also known as the ripple carry adder. Example lo meeku ripple carry adder antadu. Ripple carry adder ante enti akkada confuse avvadaniki em ledu, which is nothing but 4-bit parallel adder. That's it. Simple circuit. So remember the drawback. What is the disadvantage? So this ripple carry adder has slow in the operation. It is slow in the operation. Reason enti? ఒక స్టేజ్ యొక్క అవుట్పుట్ రెండవ స్టేజ్ కి ఇన్పుట్ అవుతుంది. Therefore, to get the final carry out, the carry has to propagate from the first stage to the last stage. So that is the disadvantage. But still, the circuit is using for the parallel adder operations. Okay. So this is one of the parallel adder circuit, ripple carry adder. So now we wanted to write the VHDL code for this RCA, ripple carry adder. So let us consider the 4-bit ripple carry adder. Okay. Let us consider the ripple carry adder. Let us consider the 4-bit ripple carry adder. So now how many full adder circuits are needed for the 4-bit binary parallel adder? How many full adder circuits are needed for the 4-bit binary parallel adder? Can anyone answer?
4, sir.
Right. So we require the 4 full adder circuits, right? Okay. So now let us see the IC parallel adders here. So there is no much difference between this concept because the IC parallel adder. So whatever the concept that we have discussed now for the 4-bit parallel adder, this is comes in a integrated circuit. Let's see the pin diagram. This is the integrated circuit. Let's see the diagram here, pin configuration. What is the IC? The 74LS83. 74LS83. Okay, so this is the IC number. Practically, we are using these ICs now. We are used to build the adder circuits in the conventional systems, in the conventional digital circuits. Okay, in the traditional circuits, we are using this 7483. Okay, so now we wanted to model. Now we wanted to model this 7483 IC circuit. So what is the internal circuit to this IC? This is the internal circuit. This one, whatever we have discussed previously now, this is the internal circuit to this 7483. So now we have to design a 4-bit parallel adder. So for that, we have to write or modeling the VHDL code. That is the task now. Now you just observe the pin configuration. So there are two operands, A and B. Each operand size is the 4-bit. So that's why you could see that A0, A1, B1, B2, or A1, A2, A3, A4, B1, B2, B3, B4, and carry in and carry out ground and VCC. Right? This is the pin configuration of the 7483 circuit. Remember this. Okay, remember this. And now let us move on to the VHDL code. Now we have to write a VHDL code now. So now, before to start writing of the VHDL code, what we have to consider? We have to take the entity. We have to take the entity of that VHDL code. So what is an entity? Entity is the model which is going to be designed. Entity is the model which is going to be designed. So now we are going to design the 7483 4-bit parallel adder. Okay, so now let's see in the entity form. Let's see in the entity form. Just a second. Now let's see the entity of the circuit. So this is the entity of the circuit. So now you tell me what are the inputs and what are the outputs of this 7483 4-bit adder, parallel adder. Please respond, anyone. What are the inputs and outputs? Fast.
A1, A2, A3, A4, B1, B2.
Yeah, B1, B2, B3. So here we have two operands. The first thing you have to notice that we have two operands, binary, I mean the digital number 1 and digital number 2, right? A and B, each is the size of 4. And what is the another input? C in is the another input. So now what are the inputs here? The inputs are A and B are the operands, A0, A1, A2, A3, B0, B1, B2, B3, and the input is carry in is the signal. So now is it clear? Inputs. And now what are the outputs here? The outputs are the sum. So since it is a 4-bit adder, so it produces the sum as a 4-bit. So therefore S0, S1, S2, S3 are the sum outputs, and you have a carry output C0. Now can you write the VHDL code? You can start writing of VHDL code now. So take your notebooks and draw this entity diagram. First one, draw this entity diagram. This is the entity. So all of you take your notebooks and draw this entity and note the input and outputs, and now then start writing of the VHDL code. You know how to write the VHDL code. You start yourself. Okay, start. You write it. First, note down the entity. So if the entity is clear, you can easily define the entity of the VHDL code. You can easily write the entity of the VHDL code. అవునా కదా మీకు ఎంటిటీ తెలిస్తే ఎంటిటీ రాయొచ్చు కదా ఈజీగా ఇన్పుట్స్ ఏంటి అవుట్పుట్స్ ఏంటి అని మీరు రాయగలుగుతారు ఈజీగా సో స్టార్ట్ రైటింగ్ టేక్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ టేక్ యువర్ నోట్బుక్స్ and copy this note down this entity first, okay, and then start writing the VHDL code. ప్రతి ఒక్కరు నోట్బుక్ తీసి రాయాలి. అర్థమవుతుందా? నేను చూడలేకపోవచ్చు అందరి నోట్బుక్స్, కానీ మీరు చేసే పని మీకు తెలుస్తుంది. So have you noted down? Have you noted down this entity? So respond in the chat box. Just a second. Just a second. So after taking down the, yes, right, yes. So entity note చేసిన తర్వాత మీరు ఏం చేయమంటున్నాను? VHDL కోడ్ ని రాయమంటున్నాను. సో VHDL కోడ్ రాయాలి అంటే మనం ఏంటి, ఫస్ట్ పార్ట్ ఏంటి, ఒక VHDL ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో మనకి ఫస్ట్ 2 థింగ్స్ కావాలి. వాట్ ఆర్ ద 2 థింగ్స్? The first one is the VHDL entity and second one is VHDL architecture. If you know the entity diagram, you can write the entity of the VHDL program. Okay. Have you all noted down this entity? So I expect more response from you. సో ఈ డయాగ్రామ్ కాపీ చేయండి ఎంటిటీని. దీన్ని బట్టి ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఏం చేస్తారు? ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాయండి. సో లెట్ us go to the VHDL part. VHDL code. You know how to start writing of the VHDL code, isn't it? The first thing is you have to start with the libraries and the packages. You have to start with the libraries and packages. So start with the writing library and package. Okay. So start with writing library and package, right? And after that, what you have to do? You have to write the entity of the circuit. What is the entity here? The entity name is parallel adder, because we are taking the addition circuit, adder circuit. Okay. So now the entity is parallel adder. You know what are the inputs and outputs, right? So now see here, the A and B are the vectors, standard logic vectors, because they are the operands. Operand means multi-bit length, right? What is the size? 4-bit. So that's why I have taken 3 down to 0. So which means that A3 is the MSB bit, A0 is the LSB bit. B3 is the MSB bit, B0 is the LSB bit. Suppose if you have taken, suppose if you have write that 0 to 3, which means that A0 is the MSB bit, A3 is the LSB bit. In which case, if you take it in reverse order, 0 to 3. But usually in the practice, we use it to take A3 is the MSB, A0 is the LSB. So in usual general practice. So that's why 3 down to 0. Take 3 down to 0. So A and B are the inputs, S is the output, and A, B is S. So all the 3 are the vector signals because they are the multiple bits. They are the multiple inputs. And now see the C in and C out. The C in and C out are the single bit. The C in and C out are the single bit. So therefore it is the standard logic only. Have you finished writing of the entity? Yes or no? Entity complete ayinda leda? So be respond in the chat box, please. 1 2 కాదు, రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వాలి. మిగిలిన వాళ్ళు 66 మంది ఉన్నారు అక్కడ. 66 రావాలి నాకు అట్లీస్ట్. రాసారా ఎంటిటీ రాసారా రైట్ సో ఇక్కడ మనం ఏ మోడలింగ్ స్టైల్లోకి వెళ్తున్నాము సేమ్ లాస్ట్ క్లాస్ లో మనం స్ట్రక్చరల్ మోడలింగ్ ఎక్కువ యూజ్ చేసాము ఇప్పుడు కూడా మనం స్ట్రక్చరల్ మోడలింగ్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాం బికాస్ we have multiple full adder circuits and we have to interconnect all the full adder circuits. So interconnect చేస్తున్నాం కదా circuits ని మనం full adder 0, full adder 1, full adder 2, full adder 3, 4 full adders ni. So that's why we are modeling the VHDL at structural flow modeling. So this is the entity here. Okay. So I hope everyone has finished the entity. If anyone and not yet finished, so let first do complete that one and then come to the architecture part. Okay, is it finished entity? Next one, architecture. So before we go into the architecture, let us go back to the circuit diagram once. Let us go back to the circuit diagram once. So now you see here. So now see this diagram here. So you know the real inputs here. Real inputs are A, B, C in and C out. Now, what are there any intermediate signals? Yes, there are intermediate signals because the carry out of the first full adder has to connect the carry in of the second full adder. So therefore, take intermediate signals C1 or C0 as your wish. You can take any one. You can start with C0 or you can start with C1. Okay. So we will start with the C1 because this is the stage of the full adder 1, right? This is the stage of the full adder 2 and the full adder 3, stage 3. So that's why I take C1, C2, C3 are the intermediate signals. Okay. So we have only 3 intermediate signals, right? So come back to the program. So now here take the architecture part. So previously I have considered I0, I1, I2, but now I wanted to go with the circuit. So therefore I am taking the C1, C2, C3 are the intermediate signals. So that's why I am defining the signals. These are intermediate signals. They are not real signals. Interconnected signals. Okay, ma. Next one. After declaring the intermediate signals, what we have to do? We have to take the component part because since we are modeling in the structural, so therefore we have to declare the components here. So what are the components that we are using? We are using only, we are using only the full adder circuits, isn't it? Full adder circuits. So now take the component of the full adder circuit. Take the component of the full adder circuit. So have you remembered? So previous program. So ikkada program kuda manam munduga rasi unchukovali. Okay. Mana laboratory lo experiment cheste kanaka ide experiment కంపల్సరీ ఫుల్ యాడర్ సంబంధించిన VHDL కోడ్ ముందు రాసుకొని ఉంచుకోవాలి. ఓకే, ఇట్ మస్ట్ బి ఏ ప్రీ రిటన్ కోడ్. సో నౌ రిమెంబర్ ఆర్ జస్ట్ రిమెంబర్ the full adder circuit port signals. So a full adder circuit consists the 3 signals here usually A, B, C. Let's say A, B, C in, right? 3 input signals, full adder circuits. And then 2 output signals, sum and carry out. Let. So this is the full adder circuit entity. Actually, it is a separate program. We are considering the entity of that full adder as a component in our structural modeling. Do you understand this point? So the full adder is a separate VHDL code, but we are considering the entity of the full adder as a component in the structural modeling. So that's why see, you will get the component is a user keyword and full adder is the entity name. It must be same. and you have to take the same input sequence and outputs and then end component. So do you understand this? Okay, so now what we have to do, the next step, after declaring the component and the intermediate signals, we have to go for the component instantiation. What is a component instantiation? A component instantiation maps the real signals to the component signals. The real signals are get mapped with the component signals. So what are the component signals? A, B, C, N, and S and C naught are the output signals. So now we have to use this full adder circuit to build a parallel 4-bit adder, a 4-bit parallel adder here. Okay, is it clear? Up to this, is it clear? Please be respond. Is it clear up to the component part? Up to the component part, is it clear? Okay, thank you. So next, and the next one is the component instantiation. After declaring the component, we have to do the component instantiation. So now, so how we can do the component instantiation? So let us take the first one, F naught. F naught. So to understand this, again go back to the circuit once. Just go back to the circuit once. Now let's see here. This is the F naught component. So how many components are there? 4 components. So therefore 4 component instantiations will be there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? So now for the first full adder, what are the inputs and outputs? See, A naught, B naught, C in are the inputs, and S naught and C naught are the outputs, right? So remember this, A naught, B naught, C in are the inputs, S naught, C naught are the outputs. Now we have to map these real inputs to the full adder component. Now see the full adder component here in the code. This is the full adder component. See the order. You have A input, B input, C in, carry in, and then sum and carry out. Now in the same order, we have to do the mapping. We have to do the mapping here. So now see here. So we have to start with the component name, FA naught, component name, FA naught. And what is the component that we have considered? Full adder we have considered, and then port map. So full adder with the port map. So now what are the things that you will get here in the port map? A of 0. You will get the A of 0. Why it is A of 0? So in the circuit, if you see, the inputs are the A naught and B naught. Since it is a bus, since it is a vector, so we have to take the separate input signal alone, because out of the 4 input signals, we wanted to use only A of 0 only, not others. A1, A2, A3 మనకు అక్కర్లేదు కదా ఇప్పుడు ఈ మూమెంట్ లో, కాబట్టి నేను సెపరేట్ చేసా A of 0, కామా నెక్స్ట్ ఏం వస్తుంది B of 0, and then what you will get here, C in, and then what you will get, sum. So now here the sum is S of 0, S of 0, and then C1 here, C1. Do you understand this one? ఇది అర్థమైందా నేను ఎలా రాస్తాను? ఇక్కడ ఏం చేశాను, A naught of 0, B naught of 0, C in, దీస్ ఆర్ ది ఇన్పుట్స్. ఇక్కడ చూడండి సర్క్యూట్ లో కాంపోనెంట్లు ఈ 3 ఇన్పుట్స్ కదా, అందుకని రియల్ ఇన్పుట్స్ ఇక్కడ మ్యాప్ చేశా. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ ఏంటి, అవుట్పుట్స్ కదా, సమ్ అండ్ క్యారీ అవుట్. సో సమ్ S of 0 తీసుకున్నా, కానీ క్యారీ ఏంటి, ఇంటర్మీడియట్ సిగ్నల్ కదా, ఎందుకని ఈ క్యారీ నెక్స్ట్ సర్క్యూట్ కి ఇన్పుట్ కింద వెళ్తుంది కదా ఈ క్యారీ అవుట్, అందుకని ఇంటర్మీడియట్ సిగ్నల్ C1 తీసుకున్నా. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, ఇక్కడ డిక్లేర్ చేశాను కదా సిగ్నల్ C1, దాన్ని ఇక్కడ తీసుకున్నాను. ఈజ్ ఇట్ క్లియర్ ఆర్ నాట్? Please be respond. Is it clear? మిగిలిన వాళ్ళు రెస్పాండ్ రావాలి, నాకు మిగిలిన వాళ్ళది రెస్పాండ్ కావాలి. రైట్. సో ఇప్పుడు మీరు మీ నోట్బుక్లో రాయండి, మిగిలిందంతా మీరు కంప్లీట్ చేయండి. మీకేం డౌట్ వస్తే నన్ను అడగండి. ఇప్పుడు మీరు రాయండి. రాస్తున్నారు అందరూ? So all of you complete writing of that VHDL code. So let's complete this code. So write it in your notebook. సో మిగిలింది మీరు కంప్లీట్ చేయండి. నేను ఇక్కడ రాస్తుంటాను, మీరు రాయండి మీ ఓన్గా. మీకు డౌట్ వస్తే నన్ను అడగండి. ఓకే. అండ్ ద నెక్స్ట్ కాంపోనెంట్ FA1. సెకండ్ కాంపోనెంట్ ఈస్ సెకండ్ ఫుల్ యాడర్ సర్క్యూట్ FA1. సో దీనికి మళ్ళీ నేను ఏం చేస్తున్నాను, సేమ్ ఫుల్ యాడర్ అండ్ దెన్ పోర్ట్ మ్యాప్ తీసుకుంటున్నాను. కంపల్సరీ వర్డ్ వాడాలి, పోర్ట్ మ్యాప్. అది లేకపోతే మ్యాపింగ్ అవ్వదు. పోర్ట్ మ్యాప్, పోర్ట్ మ్యాప్. ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఏమొస్తుంది, A1 వస్తుంది. ఎందుకని? నెక్స్ట్ ఇన్పుట్ ఏమొస్తుంది, 1 కదా, అక్కడ వచ్చేది 1. అండ్ దెన్ B ఇన్పుట్లో ఏమొస్తుంది, B1 వస్తుంది. రైట్. ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ C ఏమొస్తుంది చెప్పండి ఎవరో ఒకరు. ఇప్పుడు క్యారీ ఇన్ ఏమొస్తుంది చెప్పండి. ప్లీజ్ బి రెస్పాండ్. క్యారీ ఇన్ ఏమొస్తుంది చెప్పండి.
C1 సార్.
C1 వస్తుంది. ఎందుకని? ఇక్కడ C1 అవుట్పుట్ క్యారీ, ఇక్కడ C1 అనేది క్యారీ ఇన్ అవుతుంది. రైట్, క్యారీ ఇన్ వస్తుంది. రైట్. సో నెక్స్ట్ సమ్ ఏమవుతుంది, S1 అవుతుంది. Since it is a case sensitive, it doesn't bother with the capital letters or small letters. మీరు capital A తీసుకోవచ్చు, small a తీసుకోవచ్చు, because it is a case insensitive. And now what about the C? Here you will get the carry as C2. Right? ఎందుకని? ఇప్పుడు ఈ సెకండ్ స్టేజ్కి వచ్చే క్యారీ ఏంటి, C2. Similarly, so likewise, so write complete for the other